Can we start, right? So we are discussing about hello.
Hello, Dr.
Hello. Okay. So, can we start?
Possible.
Okay.
Yes.
So, we are discussing about the writing. Wait a minute. Let me admit all people. Okay. Wanted to have this slide up. So, we are talking about the introduction and conclusions. Should be written at the last when all the work is finished, you concluded, you have all the information, right? So that should be the last thing to write in any research paper, thesis, or anyways. Okay. If your project is very big to write, divide it into the smaller component, smaller pieces, and work upon that pieces. Writing and writing and again changing. That is iterative. Iterative means repeating again and again. You are doing something. Iterative process. If you give the more and more time, more rewriting, no doubt quality of your thesis or your research paper will certainly improve, right? Already I talked about the flow and resonates. There should be flows. There should be a sort of the story you are going to build. If you take the example of thesis, thesis should be treated as some sort of the novel. And different chapters you are going to present as different plots or themes, right? Each paragraph should be connected to each other. There should not be any gap, not any barrier. There should not be jumping from the one point to another point without knowing where we are going, right? So that's way you are going to make your writing good. Now coming to use of the software. Majority of people uses the Microsoft Word and the Excel and other software for writing purpose or making some table, charts, figures, etc. to be included into the research paper, right? Try to learn the different facilities, functions software have. There are the facilities to be free of any kind of the manual. You can automate all the process, generating the table of content directly from your thesis, using the headings, subheadings like that one. So you should not worry about what is the page numbering or like that one. So there should not be any mistake in the numbering and like that. You can use the table option, figure option available in the Microsoft Word and other word processors, right? Whenever you're going to use some sort of the packages, SPSS or other Minitab, anything. How to take the print out of that one, how to insert the figures from that into your thesis, that should be known to you. And most important, take the backup of all the things regularly. I faced a lot of problems because my laptop got damaged, all the content in there, and I didn't keep any backup in the cloud or the online. So, okay, I can get it recovered from some repair persons or like that one, but it is better to keep the backup. Use just some sort of the flash drive, hard disk, external hard disk, to have another copy, or put all your things online. You can use the Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, like that one. You can upload your all the work online in the Google Drive. That gives, I think, 15 GB or something. That is memory sufficient to upload your all the work, so that whenever you want to get something, or let's say some happening is there, you can recover your all the data, right? And whatever comments, generally in the case of the papers, research papers, journal papers, they receive the editorial comment or like. In case of you, the comments, first comment you can receive from your colleagues or your supervisor. Be serious toward that comment. Your supervisor or your colleagues have invested some time to go through your writing, your papers. At least respect that one. He's giving his time, investing his time for you, right? So take all the comments seriously. And if there is any confusion, you think that comment is not proper or appropriate, and like that, you can talk to your supervisor or your friend why this should be done or not done, like that one. You should be very open about that one. Okay. These are some of the guidelines. Now about the structure of the paper, journal paper. This is a very good resource site you can refer to. Let me show this one. Control C, and let me open this page. See there. This site I have opened here. Are you able to see this site?
Yes.
Yeah. How to write a paper in the scientific journal style and format. Right. This is very good resource you can refer to if you have any doubts or like that one. And you can find this kind of a lot of resources available online. Yeah, Solomon Teka, you want to say something?
No, doctor. I'm not raising my hand.
Okay. So this is a good resource, and like that you can search it. There are a lot of resources available online to understand each and everything. Be self-dependent. So here you can say why is all the questions that may come to your mind may be answered by this one. There is a table of contents, frequently asked questions, PDF version, like that one. That discuss what should be the section of papers, what is meaning of that one. Like here you can see the section of papers, like there should be abstract. In abstract, what should be that abstract should consist? What should be there in the abstract? What you did in a nutshell. in a very brief description what you did, what research you have done, how you done, what is the expected outcomes, results, and what is the implication effect of that result. In a very precise way, you are going to present in the abstract. Introduction section of any paper or the thesis is for highlighting the problem, justifying that problem, why you are solving that problem, what is the benefit to the society, to the community, why you are, if there is no benefit to society, community, there should not be any kind of research, because we are going to invest a lot of time, money. Then how you solve that problem should be mentioned in the materials and methods. Your findings, either your results, and what is the meaning of your results, how you are going to take the inference out of the results. That should be your discussion. Then acknowledgements, who helped you during your entire course of the research and like that. You have to acknowledge that contribution, whether that is your supervisor, your professors, your colleagues, your family members also going to suffer, because you are not going to give the expected time required by family. They have to sacrifice some time because you are going to invest your time into the research. Then there should be the reference section, literature you are going to cite, right? And if you want to put some extra information, that should be in the appendices, right? So this may be the sections in any research paper or thesis. Then section headings like introduction, top of the page, authors, like that. Here you can find a lot of the information. In abstract, what should be there, right? The question you are investigating, that should be from the introduction section, which come into abstract. Experimental design and method, that should come from the method section. A brief about that one. Each thing should be discussed in the abstract. Abstract should consist of the results also. A brief summary of your interpretation of the results or conclusion from the discussion section should be included into the abstract. This is the way to write the abstract, right? And same way you can find a lot of style that depends on the different publications or colleges or university, what style they are following. Then again, in introduction, what should be there, right? What style, structure you're going to follow. You can take a lot of help from this resource. In materials methods, what should be included, right? Experimental or sampling design, distribution of the study site, or protocols for collecting the data. If you are using the questionnaire, that has to be mentioned, how you have developed the questionnaire. And finally, how the data were analyzed, like that one. So all this has to be included in the materials and method, right? Same way, you can go for the other sections. Result section, okay? In the result, what is the functional result? What style you are going to follow? So this will help you a lot into writing your thesis or any research paper. What should be included, what should not be included, how to number the table or figures or whatever that may be. Like this, okay? So you can refer to this website. Already I've given the reference to that one. And if possible, I can send these slides also in the PPT or PDF format to you for the future reference. Okay. Now coming to the, yeah, any question?
No, it's much better to send us the link in the Telegram on the this link.
You will get these slides, okay, PPT. From that you can have the link. That link is given here in this PPT, okay?
Okay, doctor. Okay.
Okay, no problem. If you are going to invest some time seriously, without fear that I have to do the good work, I have to write in a good manner, no doubt you will come with excellent thesis, good thesis. A lot of guidance available online from the different sources. Just you have to make some effort, right? I'm just giving some sort of you can say guidance, how you can approach, how can you collect the information. Now, analyzing the information or that knowledge and implementing that one for your own purpose is in your hand. Okay, so that depends upon you how much effort you are going to make. So scientific papers generally explain the scientist's motivation for the doing an experiment, experimental design, execution, and result, the meaning of the result, what the result means to, what that is going to say about the particular phenomena or experiment. So that should be very clear and concise for. The main purpose of any scientific papers or the thesis or to inform others about an important issue and document and particular approach they use to investigate the issue. Okay, how you have attacked the problem, how you solve the problem, what is your finding. And remember that no research is fully complete one. There is always limitation with the research. Okay, so no one expecting that you are going to solve all the problem on a particular topic or field. But whatever approach you are going to apply, that should be the scientific one. That can be replicated. That if someone else is going to apply your process, they should get the same result on the same experiment. Right? And also, please do not think that good English is not critical to science in writing. If you are not able to convey your idea in a very precise and clear form, there is no meaning of reporting your research. Sorry. So, writing in a good English is a very important thing. You have to focus upon your English skills also. Okay. If you think that your writing is not up to the mark or good one, you can take the help of some proofreading services that may be available online or offline, or native speakers, those who having the mother tongue as English, they can help a lot. Okay. The title can be used in scientific paper. That may be indicative title. Indicate the subject matter you are going to study or you're going to write about, or informative, giving the information about the results, what you have achieved, or a question type. Okay. Main subtitle or series type, like the effect of the bed nets on the mosquito, or the effectiveness when you use it only in the rainy season, or like this one. So these are some of the examples how you can select your title for your scientific or research paper. Okay. General organization, generally we have abstract, no doubt, that should be always in any kind of the scientific papers or research or thesis. introduction. Sometimes there should be here, should be like in case of the thesis at the number 3, there should be literature review. Okay. For the thesis, that is important. Then methods, or you can say research methodology you are going to use, right? Then results and discussion, or result only, then discussion and conclusion, and finally reference, literature cited, or sometimes you can say references. And if you want to give any extra information in this one, 7th item can be appendices. You want to attach some sort of the questionnaire like that is not part of the main thesis. That should be attached at the appendices. Appendices A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, whatever that means. So this should be the general organization of any research paper, any this scientific writing, right? In abstract, this is the shortened version of your paper or your thesis. Very short version, 1 to 2 paragraphs. You have to explain all the things, taking the only highlights from each chapter. And that should consist of what the objective of the study. There should be how a study was done. That means the method, the process, results, what results, and what is the significance of results. This much should be at least included in the abstract part. This will help you to write how to write a better abstract, good abstract. If you're going to include these all things, that should be considered as a good abstract or any thesis, any research paper. First of all, in anything, people are going to read about the abstract and the conclusion. They are not going to read full thesis first. And from there, that they can get the idea what kind of work you have done. So you know that the first impression is the last impression. If your first impression is not good, abstract is not good, not written in a proper way, maybe you are going to lose some marks or some credit. Okay. So at least include all these things. Brief about the objectives, a brief discussion about the methods, brief discussion about your result, and what is the implication or significance of the result. That must be included into abstract. And mind it, although it appears as the first section in the paper, almost all the people or most of the people write the abstract section at the last, because you require objective, you require the method, you require the result, you require the significance. This is a discussion. After writing all these, only you can have the idea how to write the abstract. Got it? Okay. Now in the introduction part, you have to justify your study, why you are taking this study, why you are doing this kind of research. So you have to justify that one. Why this study of the scientific interest and what is your objective. This section discusses the result and conclusion of previously published study. Previous studies, result and conclusion you can cite here to help you explain why you are going to do the current study, because previously no one has done this one. This kind of work is not attempted by someone. That's why this is a research gap you are going to do. And how we're going to move from the more general information to the being specific to your topic, right? Taking a very broad base and then narrow down to your topic, your research objective, and emphasize your specific contribution to the topic. Don't write too much in the introduction. Limit your introduction to the introduction of the topic, justification of why you are doing that one, how you are going to solve that one. Some approaches, maybe one paragraph, what should be the expected outcomes, and how significant that may be. Right? In the research paper, people generally move from the introduction to the methods and materials and like that one. But in thesis, from here, you are going to move to the literature review. So write the introduction in such a way that indicate toward the next chapter or next topic, like on the basis of the literature, this research gap is found, that is discussed, like that one. You can arrange the last sentence of your introduction. And then we move to the literature review. We already had the full discussion of the literature review, so that part we are not going to cover here, right? You can read out this information on the slides. I'm not going to again repeating the same thing, how to cite and like that one. Citation style differ from the paper to paper or university to university. What style? There are so many citation styles and referencing styles are there, APA and so on. For your purpose, let me search some online resource. From where you can get that more information. Like, let me share this screen. These are the citation styles and the different university and the journals and the publisher follow the different ones. APA, MLS, Chicago Tribune, IEEE, and like that one. Okay. And how to cite the papers, like if the material type is book, in text citation will be like this one. If you're going to follow the APS 7 and bibliography, that is the references, will be like this one. If you are going to refer to a chapter in a edited book, that should be cited like this one. If that will article, that should come with the author name in the year, and in the reference section, bibliography, that should be written like this one. So each style is going to be different. Like this is the APA style, in the MLA. This should be like this one in Chicago. That should be like this one. So depending upon what style required by particular journal or particular university or something, the style you have to present your references or citation, inline citation of the books or articles or the papers or whatever that is already given in the your guidelines. One document I have shared very early for this university. Okay. So this style can be easily accessible and you can get it and write as per that style. In the method and material section of your thesis or paper, provide all the methodology detail necessary for another scientist or another person to duplicate your work. he should be able to read that methodology and create such kind of environment, or he can repeat the same experiment, replicate that one. Okay, that much information should be there. You can add some supplementary part or something like, if you are using the questionnaire or that one, that can be goes to the appendices to supplement your method and materials, right? In the result section, that present the result of your experiment or your study. But in the result section, don't try to interpret the result. You are supposed to only present the what is your findings, not their implications. That implications will come in the next chapter, that is the discussion, right? So as the method section, the tricks to write a good result section, knowing what information to included or excluded. You are not discussing the result, you are only presenting the result, what you achieved. Like if this is the process parameter, speed is this one, fidelity is this one, depth of cut is this one, surface reference was this, only that. That data has to be present, result has to be present. Okay. Do not include the same data both in table and figures. This is the duplicacy. Presenting the same thing again and again, writing about something. If you presented some sort of the result in form of the data, don't try to draw the figures or some sort of graph for that one. If you're presenting in the figures or graph, don't include the table. But that is the duplicacy. Unnecessary, that is going to consume a lot of the page and time of the reader. And this is known as a bad practice to have the duplicacy or redundancy of your data or writing or anything. Okay, should not be repeated. Some additional tips: always having the numbers and tables of figures. Okay, don't attempt to evaluate the result in this section. Already I told you. Okay, and for detail you can go through this slide later on, and I'm going to read out. Coming to the next section, that is the discussion. In the discussion section, you are going to explain what the result mean. If that result is different from the others' work, someone working the same field having the different results, why that is happening? So you can compare your result with the others' work, other persons, right? And based on that, you can conclude your findings, their applications, like that one. Okay. Generally, there is another chapter for the conclusion and future research direction in your thesis. So you can then proceed to explicate on what will occur when you are expected this to occur based on the other work findings, other researchers' findings. And also suggest a future research direction where this research will go in future, what is left, what you didn't able to do in just a right time or budget. What can be done in the future so that more and more understanding of the particular phenomena or experiment can be achieved. Right? it is important that you cite the other paper along with your one as evidence of your claim making in the discussion section. You have to give some comparative statement or a study there. Okay. And finally, make sure you give a full citation in the literature cited section references for all the sources, all the materials, all the papers, all the authors you have used in your thesis. Right? So there should be a reference section for that one. Besides that, there are a lot of things to discuss about the writing, basically on the basis of how to use the proper grammar, style, language, etc. But that is not a part of this research methodology code. But I have included, I have taken that one. Okay. This is compiled from the V. Macmillan's writing papers in the. So this I give a lot of the references how to use the symbols, abbreviations, acronyms, chemical elements names, like that one. That should be a part of these slides. You can go through that one at your level. Okay. There are a lot of the slides in this one. Okay. So we are going to end this discussion at this reference section. And remember that after the reference, there should be another section, appendices. Whatever material that is not included in the main body of the thesis. And that may be required for the proper understanding of the concept of any idea or the result of discussion. That can be supplemented in form of the appendices. Okay, you can attach it. So that is all about the writing the scientific papers. Okay. Now we have about 1.5 minutes. If you have any question, anything you want to ask or discuss, we can discuss it right now. And I suppose if there won't be any issues or something like that, when this should be the last class of your course. Anything you want to convey or anything you want to discuss, the forum is open for that one. Unmute your microphone and ask the question. Okay. Yeah. Now you have the opportunity to ask a question. Go ahead. No questions? Okay, we have less than 1 minute. This session will be automatically end. So, okay, thank you very much. Have a nice time. Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you, doctor.